Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. Guys, the toy news just never stops. And this time, I have a clear-cut example of why photos should not be released early. And this is just one of those crazy examples where this one was part of a solicitation collection where I guess they just felt that they needed to get something out as quickly as possible, which is not always a good thing. As a matter of fact, historically, it's a bad thing. And I wanted to thank our good friends over at Toy Habits for posting these images earlier this week, because this is something I was not too excited about originally, and now have totally changed my mind. Let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was posted on toyhabits.com for Walmart, because these photos are much better than what I saw originally. I guarantee. Let's have a look. Oh boy, where do I begin with this? I guess a couple of weeks ago, I reported on the Master Universe leaked Turtles photos that had appeared on social media. And yeah, I was really, really excited about these leaks. And I have to say, one of my most anticipated ones was definitely Leatherhead. But even though I was very enthusiastic at the time, on reflection, I do have to say, looking at the original photos that they had prepared, or again, these could just have been leaks, actual leaks. But that was proven not to be the case, because a week later, sorry, they actually released this photo as the prototype photo. It's a cross-sell, really. And, you know, I was, at the time, excited. I really was. But upon closer inspection, I do have to say that there are things about this version of Leatherhead, as such as it is, which are a little bit odd. Like, for example, I did make note that the tail was hollow. I mean, there's no getting around that. The tail is actually freaking hollow. It's got all these gaps in it. You know, it was at a cost-saving measure, you know, to make it hollow on the inside. I don't know. This actually looks like a pre-production 3D print, where the lattice work is still attached just to make it easier for them to print it out. That actually had crossed my mind. I didn't mention it at the time. His hands looked a little big, you know, for the figure itself. But then again, you know, it is Leatherhead. His head, I didn't really mind the facial sculpt, but it looked a little bit lacking. There was something not quite complete about it. And everything else about the character, again, it's pretty standard Master Universe flair, so I wasn't really going to gripe too much about it. The accessories were awesome. I didn't quite understand what the heck this was. Still kind of perplexed about that. Love the fact that he still has his Outback hat, and of course his bear trap, alligator trap. I'm not really sure what to really call it, but again, all the pieces were there. But, you know, again, first initial reaction, I was very excited, but as time went by, I was kind of like, yeah, he started not becoming one of my favorite characters. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, about earlier this week, our good friends of the channel, Toy Habits, posted something, and my mind was literally blown away. I would have reported on this earlier, but there were a lot of things happening during the week which I just couldn't get to, so I'm getting to it now. Yeah, guys, new photos for Leatherhead have appeared on Walmart.com, courtesy of Toy Habits, and I wanted to take a deep dive into this and talk about the changes, you know, the overall massive changes that have happened with this character, and the fact that right now he literally has become one of my most anticipated characters in the freaking line. This guy's freaking awesome as far as I can tell right now. And it really is an example of, don't be putting out stuff when it's not ready. I mean, seriously, Mattel has had a track record of doing this. There have been a lot of images that have been released which got people excited or disappointed, and then when the final images came out, it changed their entire perspective. So yeah, this is a clear-cut example of that. I want to give you another huge shout out to Toy Habits on Instagram, YouTube. I wanted to give another huge shout out to toyhabits.com. Guys, definitely give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. They are a wonderful resource for toy news all year round. As it happens, I mean, this was just literally cutting-edge stuff. Check out their YouTube channel, and of course, check them out on toyhabits.com. Give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Heading over to Walmart, where this listing was discovered by Toy Habits, it appears that this figure will be $24.97, currently out of stock right now. But it's interesting that they still have the original, I'm going to call it a prototype photo here, which shows that it's not complete. This is not complete, as we'll see in a minute. This is actually a very early version of Leatherhead, and I'm kind of perplexed as to why they're still using this photo, because the next couple of photos are absolutely amazing in comparison. Let's check these out, everybody. Holy crap, guys. Look at Leatherhead, this guy. Now, this guy I can get behind. I am really excited for this guy now. Because, again, you look at the original release photos, and as I said, initially I was kind of excited because, again, Leatherhead is one of my favorite characters from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But, you know, over time, you start to, like, look at the picture again and again and again, and you're like, yeah, there's something wrong with this guy. Looking at these pictures, oh my god, this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts and really giving me more excited for the new releases for Master Universe. Turtles of Grayskull. Look at this guy. I mean, look at that head sculpt. Look at that head sculpt. Now this is Leatherhead. He's got those crazy crocodilian eyes. His mouth opens so wide, revealing his tongue painted. You know, it's great. We can see a little bit of weathering, or sorry, not weathering, I guess paint deco here around his lips, which looks so good, right? And even the indentations in his jawline, like, oh, so great, because they actually fit the top row of his teeth. Man, they really put some real attention to detail on this one. His hat is now sculpted more to his head because, again, he's got these big ridges around his eyes. Oh, these look so great. He looks like a living freaking dinosaur, which, of course, he is. We do know that crocodiles have been around since the dinosaur age. He's holding on to his bear trap, I guess, gun? Is that what it is? It's a bear trap gun? That's cool, man. I really like it. That's what that little thing in the middle is. I like that. His gauntlets are actually made of gold now, which is awesome. He still has those oversized hands, but they look a lot better. They're more sculpted to what I would expect from, you know, this type of character. I still love the work on his arms. I think they might be lifted off of another Master Universe character. I'm not really 100% sure. If somebody can tell me in the comment section, I would really appreciate that. His chest is covered by his armor. I'm not 100% sure if this is removable. It sort of looks like it can be. That would be really cool. He does have that fleece, which pretty much all the characters in the Master Universe Turtles of Grayskull line seem to be having. And down here, he looks, again, mostly very similar to other characters in the line for the Master Universe Origins figures, of course. But his tail, man, his tail is 100% intact and full. It's not, you know, full of holes. This is beautiful. I mean, when you compare this version of his tail to the original release, it's like, what? This is night and day. This is night and day. This is, ugh. Like, what were they thinking releasing this photo? Like, that was just crazy. This one, this looks epic. Seriously. Let's take a look at a better angle. Here is Leatherhead with his, I guess it's a hat. I didn't know it was a hat. Apparently it's a hat. It's some sort of, what is that? Like, seriously, is that for ramming? Is that for swimming? I don't know what that is. It's got some spiking protrusions at the top. I mean, he looks sleek and more, you know, I guess, I don't know. It's a different dynamic for Leatherhead, but I like it. I do like it. It's almost like he's picking on some of Ram Man's, traits. Again, it looks like he's going to use this as a battering ram on his head. But that wouldn't make sense because, yeah, he'd have to pull his head down really good. I don't know. If his head could actually go all the way down into his chest, I think it would be really cool. As it is right now, I'm kind of scratching my head over it. But it looks cool. It does look cool. We can see here the articulation of the bear trap gun. I keep wondering what that is. The translucent plastic on this is very unique, and I do like the way it looks. But be careful with this, guys. As we know, translucent plastic tends to be more brittle and easier to snap than other types of plastic. So it is something to take into consideration when you are playing with that, bar none. He looks really cool here, just standing to attention, ready for attack. It's amazing. Here is Leatherhead, and here we can take a much better look at the character himself. The way he smiles, it's that crazy crocodilian smile, just luring you in with his, bravado, his overall, kind of smiley, toothy nature. because he really is quite charming, actually. I guarantee. Yeah, he was always a great fun character, and of course, those hands, they look so much better. They really do. I really like these versions of his hands. Moving down further, we can see that his tail is 100% intact. Yes! There is a bit of a divot right at the end, but that's to be expected. I mean, how else is it going to curl and do some more articulation? But oh my god, look at that tail! I think it still remains to be seen if it's a bendy tail. I don't think it is. It seems like it only has one set position, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with that. It just looks like an amazing freaking tail. And of course, this being the Master Universe Origins, maybe there's a way to attach this onto other characters. Wouldn't that be something, guys? That would be freaking awesome. His overall demeanor and look just reminds me so much of the original Leatherhead, but of course done in the Master Universe style. I love it. Here he is, and we can see all the wonderful detail on the backside of Leatherhead. Baby got back, and I mean back. Look at that freaking tail, man. Holy crap. I love all the little protrusions on the back. What are they called? They actually have a name. I can't remember anymore, but they're spikes, man. They're spikes. They look freaking awesome. I love the scale work. Oh my god, this is just a completely new addition to the Master Universe. And how it attaches, I don't know. Maybe there's a big hole on the back of his butt. I don't know how it attaches, but I want to see this in more Master Universe characters. This is freaking amazing. You can see just how big his hands actually are in this shot. They're actually quite big. I mean, they're huge. But I think it falls in much better in line than the original sculpts, which just looks strange, man. Like, these ones, I don't know what was going on here. Again, very, very interesting in the overall execution of this final version of the character, and I'm super excited to be able to add this guy into my collection. Holy crap, everybody. This is definitely a clear-cut example of how you should not be releasing early photographs. I mean, this is just weird. This is just really, really weird. And then compared to Baby Got Back, this is crazy, man. Honestly, I would go for this backside any day of the week compared to that one. You heard it here, folks. That is crazy. Leatherhead is coming to the Master Universe Turtles of Grayskull collection, guys, and I, for one, am super excited to add him to my collection. I gotta tell you guys, Leatherhead is one of my favorite characters from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the original toy was kind of lacking, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, he was cool as a toy, but when you compared it to the actual cartoon, it was night and freaking day, man. I mean, you know, he was more of an actual crocodile, you know, going on all fours a little bit, on his belly. And, you know, that's actually carried over to a lot of different iterations, including the one from Super 7. This one is getting me super excited because, again, he's more based off of the cartoon, aesthetic. And I love that. I love the fact that they're really leaning into that version. The NECA version was also really cool, but he's out of print, and I haven't been able to find him anywhere. So this version for Master Universe Turtles of Grayskull is definitely going to be on my radar now that he looks the proper way. I mean, this is definitely an example of how you should not necessarily release photos of figures which are not really done yet. I mean, the first photos were okay, and I was sort of excited at the beginning, but right about, you know, the time of this video, I said to myself, yeah, there's something wrong with this version of Leatherhead. Thank goodness that Toy Habits found these photos and has reignited my passion for the mighty Leatherhead. Guys, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts about Leatherhead and these brand new photos that are coming out on Walmart.com? Are you going to be putting down your hard-earned cash for the new versions of Leatherhead and all the other Master Universe Turtles of Grayskull figures as they come out? Or is it once again one of those situations where you are not into this line at all and the aesthetic does not work for you and you're still scratching your head trying to figure out why Mattel is working on Turtles of Grayskull when they should actually be finishing the Master Universe Origins collection? I want to give another huge shout out to my good friends over at ToyHabits.com. They are a wonderful resource for toy news all year round. Definitely give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and if you did, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's MegaJRetro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. It really means the world to me. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We have the power, everybody. We have the power. Turtle power. Good journey. Geek proud.